All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Black Desert. So, a lot of people have been asking me this question, and it's something that I want to give a little bit of an update with because right now there are some sales going on, 7th anniversary, and so a lot of people have been asking, is this game pay to win, and what are the things that you should get if you are looking to play this game? And so we're going to go through the Pearl Shop, and I'm going to give you my honest recommendations on things that I think are notable items and how to spend, like, if you're going to spend money, how to do it optimally. And I'll just tell you, like, things you should and probably think about getting either later on and all that stuff. But first, there's an event going on. If you guys haven't been doing it, it's the Ancient Black Spirit thingy. I know I forgot about it, too, because I just keep rolling my normal dice. But make sure to roll your extra ones. You get some of these every day, so we're getting some goodies. Oh wow, I think we just got a Krogdalo stone. That's kind of rare, actually. Well, it's not rare, they're just kind of expensive, and I don't like buying them. Black stones. I know I could just like hard cancel out, but I like watching them. I don't know why, I'm weird. I wish I could stop getting massive pure magics. I know people like them, but I don't. Ooh, that's actually kind of good, actually. These are really something that I need a lot of the flawless chaotic stones, because we're gonna need them when we enhance our next fallen god, whatever it's called. The things I just got were what are they for? Oh yeah, the Jatina's thing. So a lot of these rewards are like, they're not bad, decent. Is the board change? We got cron stones and hards. Oh, the board's the same. It's just reset 3. Oh, artisans. Those are nice. More crons. Kind of wish I got sharps instead of hards, to be honest, because I need to enhance in the future. That. Okay, cool. Rewards, and this is what you get. We're definitely trying to get the end of it, but anyway, yeah, so things to get on the Pearl Shop. All right, let's take a quick look. So as you guys know, there's a lot of sales from the 7th anniversary, and a lot of people have been asking, hey, what are some things to get? And I wanted to go through everything as like a newer player. And if you were starting this game out, what are some things you should get? So keep in mind, I'll be talking about the stuff that goes on sale pretty regularly as well. And well, buy that 100%. Buy all of these things, actually. For 100 mil, you get like a free costume and just other goodies that you probably make in between. So you look at all of these things on the sale and you're just like, oh, should I get anything? I'm going to run through each tab real quickly and just tell you things that I think are important. So if you're going into the function and you're thinking, is weight more important than inventory? I personally think so, because nowadays they give you a lot of maids and just free weight and inventory in general from just playing the game, that if you are playing multiple characters or even just one character, the weight is a lot more important, in my opinion. Allows you to grind longer, just carry more in general, and you could always maid everything into your storage and central market. So if you had to pick one of the two, I personally value weight a lot more. And as for everything else here, it's personal preference. So travel aid, this is kind of the more important thing. So the value pack, I consider the value pack like a subscription to any game that you guys have played. So the standard for MMOs is like $15 a month, right? And this isn't mandatory, or neither is anything really, but I personally take this as if you were going to play this game, you should probably buy the value pack, because I treat it like the $15 sub. It goes on sale every now and then, like right now. And they kind of give this away pretty regularly. So basically it allows you to just have a lot of other bonuses. The things you really want are like obviously the XP buffs and the extra weight limit. So as we talked about before, with the like, should you get more inventory and weight, it gives you both of those. So if you only were to spend a little bit, the value pack every month is something that is definitely worth doing. And also it gives you like extra goodies along the side with items. But yeah, this is probably one of the most important thing, especially if you're getting into the game. It allows you to get more money when you sell things, and by that it's like less taxes in a way. So 30% more, always good. And you guys probably see other buffs like the Blessing of Kamasilv and Old Moon. So these two things I think are very nice to have. I don't think they're mandatory at all. However, if you were to get one of the two, I personally value the Secret Book of Old Moon a lot more than the Blessing. So what they both do is, this one is just item drop rate and energy recovery and central market weight. Now these are all good, but it's just like, it's nice, but it's not as good as the Old Moon book. The Old Moon book gives a lot of XP, so you get to just do whatever you like doing better. The most important part is to change skills, add-ons, and buy villa scrolls from your campsite without having an invitation. That saves you a lot of time from either mating a thing in Valencia. So basically the way it works is, you see these things right here. These are villas, right? And if you didn't have the Old Moon book, you would have to go down here like once every 7 days and spend 10 million silver. It's not a lot, but the fact that you don't have to do this is like a time saver. And it allows you to pick up tent buffs and everything. And you can just do that from your tent now, which is really nice. And yeah, so if you were to pick one of the two of the book thingies, I would definitely take the Secret Book of Old Moon over the Blessing of Kamasilv. And yeah, that's that. As for maids and butlers and whatever all this stuff is, they give a lot of them away just from events and login rewards. So basically, if you're grinding a lot and you don't have maxed out weight or anything, what you would be able to do is just open your storage. And you know how, like, let's say you have hundreds of these and you're just able to withdraw and deposit a lot of materials directly to your central markets and stuff and your storage. So they give them away a lot, to the point where I don't really recommend buying them, but they are nice if they go on sale a lot. So you really don't need more than like 10 or something in total. And low key, if you're on your horse, and you're like overweight, items stack onto your horse, and that's free. So what else do we have? The campsite, the camp tent, whatever you guys call it. So this is very helpful, and I wanted to show you two things, like what it does and how to get an alternative version. So there's basically a paid version, which is the permanent one, and the Old Moon one, which is a temporary. Essentially, I think it does the same thing, but you pay silver for it weekly. So what the difference is, or what does it do? First of all, it allows you to place your tent down. It allows you to like repair your gear from there, which is pretty nice if you grind long hours. It allows you to buy tent buffs, which is basically item drop rate, and it allows you to like buy and sell silver bars, which is how you get money. Potions are nice, but like low key though. If you have infinite potions, you never need this, and if you don't have infinite potions, just stock up and put them into your storage and withdraw them there because it's cheaper. Also, don't buy these regular ones, always get the better ones. And so yeah, that's it. And the important part is the Villa Scroll, which allows you to buy all these buffs. So if you're grinding, you generally have these, one of these two. If you're life skilling, you have this one. And that's about it. So let me show you how to get the non-paid version, which is, I think in every town there's an Old Moon manager. And what you're going to want to do is go to them. And when you go to the Old Moon shop, I believe this is like the Old Moon camping stuff. and camping container. So you like buy these, and it allows you to basically do the same thing, but it's not permanent. It's like a 7-day thing, and I don't think it's bad, because back in the day, before the like official tent came out, getting this was expensive, because I know we look at it now and it's like, oh, what, you just made, it's like, what, 20 mil for everything, I believe. And back in the day, grinding 20 mil was actually a lot, but nowadays it's not. So even if you don't have the paid version, just do that one. It's essentially the same thing, but temporary, and you just keep rebuying it once a week. All right, so as for Fairy, oh boy, Fairy has got to be one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's probably one of the more pay-to-win things in my opinion. So basically, this allows you to re-roll skills and just like re-roll or power level your Fairy up. So here's how to do it. Obviously, there are very important buffs to get, like the Miraculous Cheer, Feathery Steps, Continuous Care. Those are the 3 important ones in my opinion. So, as you guys know, people like re-rolling and trying to get the perfect Fairy. One thing I would always recommend to you guys is don't worry so much about the Continuous Care, because if you get like a level 1 or 2 and you're just like, oh, everyone else has a level 5 or a 4, and ask yourself, do you actually need the maxed out level of Continuous Care before actually doing it? So to give you an idea, these are what I have. I don't even actually use all of them. If anything, I still like the manual pot. So I have a life skill one. Every now and then I'll just like set these up, and maybe I'll have like 5 or 6 of them. And the only time people have fully maxed out Continuous Care is if you're grinding in the top 1% grind spots where you have to do full elixir rotations, and you're grinding group spots where like everyone is kind of doing it. So that's the only time where I think that full elixir rotations are really like required. And so realistically, I doubt that most people will even be using like 16 of them. So if you have like 8 or 12, I think that's generally more than enough for your average to above average player. And the only people that really need hard maxed out ones are like PvPers and high-end grinders. So ask yourself, do you really need it before re-rolling to try to get the perfect Fairy? And as for the other 2, I think Miraculous Cheer, the one that auto pots for you, is probably the most important one to get. So how does it work? You put your health potion or your mana potion, whichever one. If you don't have the infinites, it just puts all the stuff that you have in your inventory, and then you move this slider to what you want it to auto heal, and that's what it does. So yeah, this is probably the most important one. The weight is basically like, if you get it, you spend less money, and it's nice. So yeah, Fairy is very important to get. However, this is probably one of the worst things I could think of that's probably like pay to win. So there are free ways to level up your Fairy. So let's say you have a tier 1 or tier 2 Fairy, right? Here's what you do. You buy these things. Every now and then they have them in stock. If you put like an order of them, you'll probably get it overnight. It's not that hard. There's a few orders, but this is how you power level your Fairy. And then, or you could feed it green gear, like green, whatever, weapons, armor, all that stuff. But yeah, if you don't want to spend real money, this is what I do. Just buy the wine, and it's hard to show you because I can't do it, but like you would level it with the growth, and then you'll see it gets to the Fairy, and then if you have a lower tier one, you would just max it out, and then I think it hits the growth button once it's max level, and then it raises the tier up, and then you keep doing that until you get the right one, which is a huge silver sink, and that's why they want you to buy it. But I personally would rather spend silver over real money. Okay, what's next? Those are really the important ones. So if I were to say anything, campsite is important. However, this goes on sale quite often, and you could probably get it for like half off at a certain times. And yeah. Apparel. As you guys know, this is probably one of the most like controversial, contested topics. People buying costumes to melt it for cronstones. Is that pay to win? Technically, yes, in my eyes it is. However, it's not really that you're winning. You're paying for a chance to do better. And I have seen people literally spend tens of thousands of dollars, and it doesn't make you a better player. It just means that like you spent more money, you have nicer gear, but if you still suck at playing your class, it's not helping you. So as you guys know, class balance in this game is kind of one of the more wonky things in the game. So even if you have like all the good gear, yeah, it'll put you at slightly an advantage, but realistically, it depends on what server you play. You can get them off the market. Someone else is paying for it, which doesn't really help the problem, but it is what it is. And so if you're wondering and you're thinking about it like, oh, I don't want to play this game because it's super pay to win, trust me when I say there are very few people actually hard whaling like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Trust me, you'll be fine. If you start now, seasonals and everything will catch you up just fine. So don't worry about the pay to win. And also, there's actually a cap. So as you guys know, if you're selling stuff, it gives you a pearl selling limit. And every week you can only sell 35, or well, I guess it depends on your family fame, but up to 35 items, which is that's a lot of money actually. If you're spending like what, $20 times 30, that's a lot. So I would assume most people do not do that. And even then, you're hard capped weekly. So trust me, even if you had a lot of money, it's not getting you like that much overall. Like you could nowadays, it's super easy to level up. It's not that big of a deal. I know some people are just like really mad about it, but really it's not that bad. I personally value skill more than people's gear. There are a lot of people with less gear that do better than I do, and there are obviously people that with more. But yeah, if you're gonna buy a costume, buy it because you like it, and that's pretty much standard in every game that has cosmetics. I don't mind the sale of costumes in games if it doesn't affect you. If you're just buying it because you like it, by all means, who cares? This is all just housing. As for cosmetics, I have no problems with it. Horse thingies, if there's anything you should get a permanent whistle for your main character at least. And so basically what this does is allows you to call your horse from X amount of distance, and this one's an infinite distance. You can literally horse whistle over continents, which is something I think is really funny. And yeah, other than that, it's more just outfits. Yeah, these give stats. Are they noticeable stats? Not really. So just buy it because you like it. Ooh, pets are a contested topic. This is something I would recommend getting. They also do give pets out pretty regularly for free, so it's not as bad as you think. Will it give you an advantage? If your pets are better than someone else's, yes, but it's more for PvE. And so there's a lot of like levels of how I can talk about pets. And obviously there are pets with like pets could go up to 5 tiers, right? Tier 1 to 5. Now you can only have 5 pets out at any given time, and only one of them can be at tier 5. And what that does is give 1% more over the tier 4s. However, each pet does something different. Like their effect on the right is something different. If you were to get a pet, here are some things I would recommend getting for you guys. So they occasionally have like a polar bear, a hedgehog, and sometimes like the item drop rate one, the Arctic Fox. Those are the ones that I think are important. But other than that, I personally have never really min-maxed my pets to the point of like I want the best skills and everything. If I could get tier 4 pets and a tier 5, which from 4 to 5 you don't even spend any real money, it's like a quest in game, so don't worry about that one. And then like doing various quests in game literally give you pets. So is it, if you want to min-max, yes, you could spend a lot of money, but just getting the pets in general is something that I would recommend doing. So I guess what I should say is it better to get 5 tier 1 pets or 1 tier 5 pet? The answer is 5 tier 1s, because you want these for looting, and manually looting in this game is awful, and they give a lot of pets out for free, so you could also buy them off the market, which doesn't really help, but they do give them quite often for events and stuff, so just look out for those. And it's not as bad as you think, and occasionally they go on sale a lot, so I would consider this like as a summary of pretty much everything we've talked about. That's pretty much all of it. So let's say you're starting this game, right? Let's say you got BDO for free because of the 7th anniversary or something, right? So the way I look at it going into MMOs is, if I was going to spend like $60 to $100, that's what standard price for video games or a AAA game these days, right? Let's say I have a $100 budget and I was going to spend it on the game. What would I get? I would probably get some pets you think are the ones you like. Those are going to help you with grinding. I believe if you buy the like package on the game, do you know how there's like a base game and then like what I guess collector's edition or something? People would say that you can get like a horse and all that stuff for free. So I believe if you're just buying it, you just get a lot of stuff as a default. So things I would recommend for people to get are probably a value pack, because this will, trust me, this helps you speed up like a lot of progress. Consider getting a campsite. However, keep in mind that these go on sale quite often, and I know it's like $40, which is, you can probably buy a real campsite for cheaper than that. And this goes on sale quite often. Just keep an eye out on that one. I believe if you buy like the collector's edition, it gives you an outfit away for free. Or if you are new, there's this thing where you can just buy it for silver, and literally it gives you a costume and you don't have to spend $20. It's pretty nice. So pets are really something I would consider. Maybe a campsite, a value pack. I think that's really it, realistically. Maybe a horse whistle too, but everything else I'm pretty sure you could do fine without. But some other things I know you guys might think about is just like, occasionally my character runs out of weight or something. So weight is always more important than inventory. Let me show you a real example. You see all these things? These are inventory expansions. I have bought 0 of those. All of these have been given throughout various events and me just playing the game over the years. So, yeah, I can literally max out another character's full inventory just by, I've never even bought any of these. These are all from events. So, yeah, they give them out a lot. And, yeah, that's why I would think weight is a lot more important. So, yeah, that's a summary of what I think you should get. Is it worth it? A lot of this stuff is convenience more than pay to win, and even if you pay to win, it doesn't mean you're a good player. So this game's a little bit different with that. But with that said, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. If you are new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I would love to see you come back. I have been playing BDO since the beta when it came out on NA and EUs in 2016. And back in the day, there weren't any guides when I started, so I had to figure all this out myself. And nowadays, I'm just like helping newer players or returning players, or just people that are looking to improve on the game in general. So I hope these videos are informative and helpful. So if you liked what you saw, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.